Hello and welcome to my world of crochet. My name is Dina and today I'm here with you for another yarn haul video. And today's yarn haul is my 6th official yarn haul from LindeHobby. LindeHobby is a sub-company of A Yarn Living, which is a Danish web store, but they do have this LindeHobby, which is their Dutch web store of the same company. So they do me the courtesy of having basically shipped and sent this lovely parcel of yarn, and it's pretty heavy for a soft package like this, and it does contain a lot of yarns because I was so lucky to get some drops yarn on sale. Drops had lots of their cottons on sale for like 30% discount, and I found some lovely drops pattern that I really wanted to make. So what does this mean? Stina did once more find some patterns and drops that she wants to make and did not read the patterns through first before just ordering the yarn. Here are the yarns. What I'm gonna try to do different in this yarn talk video is to show the idea pattern here up in the left corner, because this time I've actually written down what yarns I want to use with what pattern, so that I hopefully don't get it too completely lost. And I even downloaded the patterns as PDF files already and have them stored on my computer. So that's basically the goal for this yarn talk video, not yarn talk, yarn haul video, to show you what I shopped at the web store, to show you the lovely yarns and the lovely plans that I have for them, at least right now. Of course, plans are made and they can be changed, but that was the original idea and the original intent for the purchase of the yarns. And as you know, we cannot talk yarns or do yarn talks in general without me having my faithful mug of tea here, which today is a black tea called Nimwegstrotz. Nimwegstrotz is a local tea, or Nimwegen is Nijmegen, which is a city like about 7-8 kilometers from here. They have their own tea blend, and this tea store, it's a loose tea blend. It's a black tea where which that they're proud of, and they do, this tea has a fruity taste of rose leaves, pineapple, cornflower petals, and raisins. So it's a fruity yet fresh tea, and you know, it makes me comfort. And I could drink this tea basically all year round, but I do think it's also really fitting here for the summer weather. But it's just this really good tea that I think that I could drink all year round. So that's great. I'm definitely gonna buy more of it once I run out. It's the first time that I bought this specific tea blend, and I do really enjoy it. It's really worth a good taste. So let's unbox this one. And once I've done that, I do think I may place it here next to me for easiness. And I see they actually made it a bit easier for me because they do have this sort of, I do actually think I prefer my scissors instead of this. That's gonna be easier. I'm going to place it here next to my table because that's just gonna be so much easier for me to keep track on it and take out the yarns. I have, these are all plain colored yarns. There are no fancy colors in here, but that's also not of importance. What's important is that I have the yarns here that I have ordered, and some of the yarns I also have ordered. I have ordered a few skeins of yarn, in fact a few skeins of sock yarn, which I ordered for my mom to to knit some socks for me, combined with some other sock yarns that I already have on store. And then I know that I have it, so I can bring it with me when I'm going on visit, on summer visit at the end of August. I will bring them with, and of course it takes time to knit some socks, but you know, I'll be really happy if I might have them at Christmas. That's for my mom's mood and intentions to decide when she's gonna make those, but at least then I make sure she has the yarn, and then she can start it whenever she like. And yeah, now you crafty people are looking at me and say, hey Stine, why aren't you just knitting your own socks? Two reasons. One reason is last time I attempted knitting socks, and this might sound crazy for you guys, I actually gave up. That was a few years ago, or 10. Probably I had too heavy needles. We just didn't work it out together. Me and the knitting needles. I tried, I failed, and I don't know if I had bought too cheap sock yarn, maybe, I don't know. I ended up giving the sock yarn to my mom, and I actually think she needed a pair for me. So one of the reasons for that, I could also crochet them, but I'm not sure if that's ideal given what I want. I want socks that's going all the way up to the knee. I've used these types of socks for many years to go as a part of a sporting equipment shoe. And I consider, because my mom makes them for me, it's my lucky socks. So there is this extra aspect to them that I have the idea that because my mom makes them, that they bring me luck in whatever I'm doing. So that's another reason for wanting my mom to knit these socks. And I can see that some of the first yarns I have here is exactly the sock yarn. But I can also see, just looking in, that this is almost like mixed all around. So I will have to pick out yarns and we will have to take them as they come. Because clearly this bag is just one big, huge mess of yarns inside. Maybe I could actually easier lay it up here and then stack it in front of me. I think I'm gonna do that, because that will be easier for me to look into the bag instead of having to look down. So the sock yarn that I bought, that my mom is going to help me create some socks from, is this Mayflower first class yarn. Mayflower here is, as said, Mayflower. It does say something else. It does say sock yarn. So it's Mayflower first class sock yarn. The Mayflower sock yarn here is 50 grams to 210 meters. And that's 1.75 ounces, giving 229 yards. So this is indeed a fine weight yarn. It is 75% virgin wool and 25% polyamide. They recommend knitting needles 2.5 to 3 millimeters. It can be washed at 30 degrees. It can be ironed. Don't tumble dry. Don't bleach. But they can be dry cleaned if needed. This is a colorway 33. Also, they are Oeko-Tex branded 100, which means that they're tested against any harmful substances. This Mayflower yarn is made in Italy and manufactured for Mayflower, which is a Danish yarn brand, and they do have several types of yarns, thus including this lovely, gorgeous sock yarn. So it's like a nature white, and I have 3 skeins of them because I have a few other skeins, as I mentioned, in my yarn stash, which I'm also going to bring with me to Denmark. They are of more like light blue. So at least now my mom kind of knows the colors that she's going to be working with for my socks, and she already knows that. I already told her, like, I asked her kindly before I ordered, of course, if she was willing to knit me a new pair of socks, and she said yes. So lucky me. Let's see, what do we else have in this bag, because it is a bag of lots of many things. So while I would like to kind of take them all as I go, I wonder if I should try to sort them a little bit, because it's a bit of a mess in this bag. I am 100% honest, it's a mess. Because they have them all mixed up with all sorts of different skeins here, and which is okay, it works if it's that. So what I'm gonna do is, I have a count, because I have the document in front of me, obviously, of what I'm gonna be making. And once I have all the skeins out here, I think I'm just gonna show you to them one by one. Right now I'm just kind of dividing them up nicely as to what they are. There's like, I think I ordered like 50 some odd skeins. So this is like 50 skeins of cotton that I'm basically sorting right now. So do be patient. I wonder, those who packed my order, they must have looked at it and been like, what is she gonna make with all this yarn? But the fact is, let's admit it, I am probably what you would consider a yarn hoarder. Let's see, I actually have the first, I think. How do I have 6 of them? I thought I had ordered 5. Okay, cool. I might have an extra then. Then I might miss others. I don't know. We will see. This is a deep sack. And I can tell you it is a lot of yarn being stacked on my table right now. And it's absolutely cool. I am absolutely fine with it. I'm just trying to remember, did I really order this much? But I must have. Of course, else it wouldn't be here, right? Oh goodness, and I dropped it on the floor. Just a moment. Well, this one is empty. And there's a stack here on my table of yarn. So I think we're gonna just take them from the end. I think that's more fun. I have here Drops Cotton Light, which is 55% cotton and 50% cotton and 50% polyester. And I'm just gonna show you how this looks like. It is obviously a fine yarn. It's a yarn, not completely fine. It's a yarn that they classify as a yarn group B. So it's a sporting weight yarn. This yarn, let's see, I'm taking it from the end. It's by Drops Design. They recommend knitting needles of 4 millimeters. It is 50 grams to 105 meters. That equals 1.76 ounces to 115 yards. And as mentioned, 50% cotton and 50% polyester. Drops Cotton Light. It's a colorway 8, and the colorway 8 is named Ice Blue. And I have 4 of these, a lovely small 50 gram skeins of a cotton Drops Cotton Light in the Ice Blue, and of these yarn. So what I'm gonna do now is, of this yarn, I am gonna make this up here, if it works at least, which is the Capellina by Drops Design. And that is, as you see, a very lovely summery bucket hat type of hat. And hopefully, that's I would say, given it's just a 4 skein project, hopefully it's a quick project. Time will show. But that's what I want to make out of these 4 skeins. And then I have, let me see, I have some more Cotton Light. So they are the same yarn specs here, the same yarn specs in this light purple. So 50% cotton, 50% polyester. It's made in the EU. This is, again, the same yarn specs as just before. So they are 50 grams to 105 meters, which is 1.75 ounces to 115 yards. Recommended 4 millimeter knitting needles. So yeah, that's probably like the same for the crochet hooks, 3.5 to 4 millimeters. Maybe 4.5, depending on the project, of course, you're making. And this is a colorway 25. The color 25 is named Light Lilac, so it's a light purple. And of this light purple, I have 3 skeins. And these 3 skeins are going to be combined with some more skeins that I have here for another project. So I'm going to show you those first. These are the other part that I will be combining them with. And this is the colorway 23. And they are named a Light Fuchsia. So Light Fuchsia and a Light Lilac, as you can see here, will be worked up to work in the project as intended. And the project that I will be making is this one. Let's see if I can show them together with the colors here. That project up here. And that project is the Sweet Martine, also by Drops Design. And it's a 2 colorway poncho, so it's a poncho with 2 colors, made in this cotton light. So the pattern is made for this cotton light yarn. As you can see, it has these lovely granny square alike kind of on the upper part. So I think it was a really nice and fun poncho to try, to see if I could crochet. And I think these colors, of course, gray and white is an ideal option choice, but I wanted to try some other colors, and I think these 2 colors would work really nice together and therefore create this lovely poncho. And just to make sure you get that right, of these light fuchsia, I have 8 skeins. So that will be 8 skeins of these light fuchsia, and I'm just moving them a little bit to the side so I can easier keep track of what we have had. So then the next project I have is going to be a green project, also in this cotton light. And this cotton light yarn was a really great offer because I did get like 30% discount on the yarns. So this is the other yarn that I will be working the next project in that I have in mind. So this yarn has obviously the same specs as the 3 other yarns we have just been looking at. So I am not necessarily going to repeat them all. These looks great together as well, wow. But this yarn I am going to use as well for a project that I found on Drops. And this color is the colorway 11, and the colorway 11 is called Apple Green. And I would say this is indeed a quite apple green color. The project that I'm going to make requires quite some yarn, and therefore I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Sorry, once more. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 skeins. Not necessarily because I'm going to use all 14, but I am going to use 10 of the skeins for this project, which you can see up here, which is a gorgeous laced poncho with a sort of a butterfly effect. This is also called the Butterfly Migration by Drops Design. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, while that one is made in a yellow, like a cornflower yellow. I think it could also be absolutely gorgeous in this apple green. But then you're like, so it takes about 10 skeins to make the poncho, that poncho. But then why do I have 4 extra skeins? Because I thought it could also be great to use this color to create the charming clover top, which is also by Drops. And again, I'm showing it up here. That is, as you can see, a halter neck top, or a summer top in a halter neck style. And it has this lovely airy sort of, sorry, wrong. It's a halter neck top style, which has sort of a shell breast pattern, and then it has this nice fitted waist, and I think this would be absolutely gorgeous to go with that. And I'm actually having yarns for 2 tops because one thing is that I needed just a few more yarns to get the free shipping. So of course I make sure I get the free shipping, because, you know, free shipping, you know, basically shipping will be like, I don't know, €6 or €7. And that's just the same as, hey, why am I not getting like 4 or 5 extra skeins, including the purchase? I'm paying exactly the same thing. So it almost feels like you get these skeins of yarn for free. So the other yarn that I will be using for this same halter neck top, the Charming Clover by Drops, is this a gorgeous blue. And this gorgeous blue is the colorway 33, and it's called Blue Bonnet. So Blue Bonnet, I am also going to work in for this lovely, charming clover top by Drops Design. Of course, to make sure that you can find, if you wish to desire and have a look at the patterns, I have linked these patterns in the description box down below for those that's interested in them. I have linked to the US version of these because I tend to work with US patterns. So when I talk about crochet stitches and so on, I do talk US terms. They do on the Drops website. I have a link where you can be taken directly to the English terms website should you prefer the UK terms for crocheting. So that was the 4 skeins I have, because it takes about 4 skeins to make the size that I would need should I at least still make it by then, and I do believe I will. This is also gorgeous blue, which you can easily combine. Like, I could imagine this one also for the 2 colorway poncho, though, you know, I just need some difference, and working with different colors, this has a great opportunity to do so. I will likely also go through and make some sort of a review of some of these yarn at a later stage. So yeah, because I'm sure you have I think you would like to know and like to have a review of the yarns, where I go through these yarns with how they look when they're stitched up, and how they wash, etc. At least I have the idea that you would like them if you would like to work with some of the drop yarn out in the future. Now this was all the yarn I got from Drops Cotton Light. Then I got some in the Drops Bell, which is a different type of Drops yarn. It's still a cotton blend yarn. And this is the Drops Bell, which is basically a unicolor in this case. And it's named Everyday Luxury. So this is a special yarn indeed. And if you look at it here up close, it's kind of like chain spun. It's definitely different. And this yarn is soft for a cotton, but it's also obviously not a full cotton from what I understand. They say this is a yarn group B yarn, and they recommend knitting needles of 4 millimeters. It is 50 grams for this skein. So that's they have all different measurements, 1.75, 1.8 ounces. That equals 120 meters of yarn. That's 131 yards. The content of this particular yarn is different because it is a 53% cotton, then it's 33% viscose, and 14% linen. So there are linen in this yarn. And of this yarn, I got myself I needed 5 skeins for the pattern that I found. And I actually got myself 6 skeins because I thought I could use 1 more skein and I would make a yarn review of this Drops Belle yarn. So there is the 6 skeins I got. And the yarn here, this Drops Belle, is the colorway 10. And the colorway 10 here is named Moss Green. I would absolutely agree, this is a mossy green. It's a little bit of a dusty green maybe, I would say, but it is a green. And for this, I have planned to work up this summer top, which is a green glade top by Drops. It's named Green Glade Top by Drops Design. And it's a summer top in a tank top style, and it has this lovely airy neckline. At least I think it's gorgeous, this neckline. So I need some yarn to crochet that, and then I'm gonna do a review of this yarn as well sometime out in the future. I cannot give you a deadline for when that will happen, but I will definitely make a review of some of these yarns and how they are to work with for you that should be curious about Drops yarn. And of course, all my reviews of yarns, etc., is my own personal biased opinion. And we are all maybe having different opinions and different feelings on what we prefer and like to work with. So this is a bit thicker cotton than I normally would work with, because I normally tend to work with a bit thinner cotton, like the 8.4 measurements that we have here in Europe, which is some of the thinner cottons, and then other thinner yarns. But I do have no issues working with a thicker yarn, and I do really look forward to work both with the Cotton Light and the Bell yarn. So the last type of yarn that I got this time around, so I have 2 more yarns, but they are the same type, but 2 different projects planned for them, and that's the Drops Muscat. Drops Muscat is a Mercer-sized cotton. And the first I have here is a gorgeous white. So Drops Muscat, and it's, as mentioned, a Mercer-sized cotton. It's 100% cotton, so it's 100% Mercer-sized cotton. It does have like this smooth feeling. It's not like super soft, not like it's stiff either, but it has this smooth feeling that you often get with a Mercer-sized cotton. Mercer-sized cotton are a cotton that has this extra treatment that sort of helps them become more durable. It's all the Drops yarns are Oeko-Tex branded, test against any harmful substances. This is also yarn group B, so they also recommend a 4mm crochet hook for this. There are 50 grams in this skein. There are basically 50 grams in all of the skeins I've gotten today, so no surprise here. They say it's 1.8 ounces, though I've had other 50 grams saying 1.75. Which is more correct, I'm unsure, but that's a very tiny difference regardless. And for those 50 grams, you get 100 meters of yarn, and that equals 109 yards. And of course, as I mentioned, it's 100% cotton. This is the colorway 18, and 18 is called such classic name as white. Of course, what a surprise, it's white. So I got 4 skeins of this white Drops Muscat yarn in the Mercer-sized cotton. And I am going to make from this, let's see if I can actually sew. From this Muscat yarn, I'm going to make this absolutely gorgeous summer bucket hat. And as you can see, I have this feeling that this summer hat has an extra wide brim line. And I'm probably putting that a little bit higher on the I need to make a hat list than I'm putting this one. Because, oh my God, I think this pattern is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. This is also one of the projects that I decided to make with the same color that's shown in the pattern, because I think this is absolutely gorgeous, and I think the hat is absolutely gorgeous. So that's the first project that I will be making. The second project that I will be making is also in the Drops Muscat, as mentioned just before. So this yarn has the exact same yarn specs, but it is a different color. Look at this gorgeous minty color. This is, again, Drops Muscat. So yarn group B, 4mm recommended knitting needles. 50 grams gives 100 meters, so that's 1.75 or 1.8 ounces gives you 109 yards. It's a nicely plied yarn, as you can see here. Gorgeous color, and it's a colorway 03. The colorway 03 is named Mint. Indeed, it is a minty color, so gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, lovely color. I have of this 8 skeins, and with these 8 skeins, I am going to make a pattern up here. Let's say, whoops, Muscat up here, and this pattern is the Spearmint by Drops Design. This pattern is absolutely gorgeous, and it's a short poncho, basically. It's a poncho with a shorter line, so it's a poncho slash, I would say, maybe shoulder warmer. And it has those lovely, gorgeous edges. So this is another project that I'm looking forward to. And it's a poncho that will obviously not take as long as many other ponchos, because it is size-wise a bit shorter than many others. But I think it's a gorgeous project. And I do believe, I don't remember if they use the mint or if it's a different color, but it's a very close color to the one used in the poncho, if I'm not wrong. In the original design, that is. I think this color is absolutely gorgeous, and it even works well with the white should you have leftovers and make something with it. Like, that's pretty beautiful, isn't it? So yeah, that's 100% Mercer-sized cotton. I am actually now in doubt. I don't think I showed you any yarn sizes of the rest. So let's just quickly do that just before I forget it. Is that the thinnest yarn of today's order would be this sock yarn, which you can see is a very thin lace weight slash sock yarn weight for my socks that I have ordered from my mom. Thank you, Mom. I thank you in advance already. The cotton light yarns are also this slightly thicker than the normal cotton 4.8 weight. So it's more like a 6.8. For you familiar with the hobbies cottons, for example, how they classify them. That's how they look like. And the bill, we already looked a bit at, because it seems like it's sort of chain spun, and then when I'm looking into it, I'm in doubt, because now it seems like it's plied. Maybe it's a combination, I'm unsure. But this is how the yarn looks up against my finger, if my camera would zoom nicely. And then of course we have the cotton light we had, because that had so many colors of, and then we have here as last the mercerized cotton from Muscat. So that was it about for my yarn haul this time around. I really hope you enjoyed my yarn haul and my way of showing up here to my level of cant what type of projects I had in mind when I was ordering these yarns. Trust me, it was a bit of a work to get that all sorted out and written down, but I think I will not regret that, given the fact that I actually now know exactly what yarns that I had planned for each project. Yeah, I think that was it. It was a pleasure hauling another batch of yarn from LindeHobby. It was a great sale of these drops yarns. So who knows when I will be making my next order with them. It kind of course depends on what sales they have. But I am indeed very, very happy and very pleased with my order. And it feels all like absolutely lovely cottons that I cannot wait to start work with. They have different levels of softness. And of course, that's also due to the different materials that are in these yarns. But they are all, at least, I am looking forward to working with them for sure. So I hope that you're looking forward to follow my adventures into working with these, and maybe look out for a few reviews of these drops yarns that I have in this order. So take care, stay safe, and happy crafting. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and ring that little notification bell so you get notified whenever I do upload new videos. I do regular half giveaways, tutorials, yarn reviews, yarn talks, and much, much more. Thank you for staying around. Take care. Bye.